A deadly disease could be infiltrating Alberta's bat population.
We do expect, now that we have the fungus, that we're going to start to see these deaths within the next year or two, if they're not already happening.
After gathering samples from 800 bridges across the province, researchers have found fungus along the Red Deer River that can cause white nose syndrome, potentially fatal to bats.
It eats away at their skin. And these bats, they need to come out of hibernation to fight off that infection. And it takes a lot of energy to do that. They have to warm up their body. And what happens is they end up depleting their fat stores before the onset of spring, when they can find food again.
The fungus is also suspected along the Milk and Beaver rivers. The disease itself hasn't been confirmed in the province yet, but Cory Olson says once fungus is found, white nose syndrome typically appears within a couple years.
We've observed over 90% declines elsewhere in North America. So we expect to see fairly significant declines in our bats, but we do need to confirm that.
If bat populations decline, experts say the province will be losing a top pest control specialist. Much like their superhero counterpart Batman, Alberta's 9 species of bats do their best work at night, eating bugs that can damage trees and crops.
They're feeding on things like mosquitoes and moths. They eat a huge amount of insects that we would often consider to be pests. So like one little brown bat can eat 600 mosquitoes in an hour.
There aren't really many other, at least mammals or birds, that are doing quite the same amount of capturing of insects at night. So when we lose something like bats across the board, or at least in the 90% magnitude range, there's likely to be, and has been demonstrated in some cases, great increases in obviously those insect populations, and most notably those that have impacts on crop production.
Experts are hoping the situation becomes clearer once bats begin emerging from hibernation in the spring. Erik Bay, Global News.